Okay, so nice refresher of the graphics there. Hello, everybody. This is a grumpy old guy gaming, and happy Fragment Friday. Links down below for .hack Network and NetSlum. As per the usual Fragment Friday fare, going to be joined this evening by Emus, who will be back momentarily. Got Dr. Killgood, his long arm, also running with Grumpo Guy, my long arm. I do believe Dr. Killgood, he said, was level 16 at the time of this recording, so we're going to go ahead and start taking a little peeky peek at where we want to be about level-wise here. I am at level 50, a cool level 50, so I think somewhere around, split the difference, low 30s is where we want to land here. 5-minute Refuting Inferno gives us a level 38. That's a good place to start working. I think I'm going to change the A word a little bit and leave Refuting Inferno in there because that's just fun. Let's try a Luminous Refuting Inferno. I really wish it would give me the position on this list for the keywords, but hey, you only get so much. That said, I do want to point out that there is a functioning news section. Okay, Luminous is actually going to up at 1. Under Refuting Inferno, even higher. Okay, so this is giving us well into the 40s, and that's not quite where we want to be. Best thing to do here is back it up on area level. Good section of the A words here with the possessive S, either S apostrophe or apostrophe S, are going to be level modifiers on Shining Darkness. That's a little pro tip from a grumpy old guy to you. There's a level 44, so we're moving in the right direction. Let's try Heavies. Heavies is 37, I think maybe Hiroshi's. Yeah, that's a level 32. I think that's where we want to be there. Hiroshi's Refuting Inferno. I am saying it out loud now, so I don't forget it here in a minute when we get rolling.
Alright, I'm actually back at the console.
Welcome back. Your timing is absolutely perfect. Just let me know when you're all itemed up and ready to go. I just blabbed my head off for a not so brief introduction because I just felt like warm-up words.
Warm-up words are always a good thing.
Also, full disclosure, anyone who watched this part of the video at the time it goes live is going to have a weird sort of time thing where they realize that in the context of the video, they know the field's keywords before you do. But given the fact that this is recorded for later this week, you'll of course know the keywords before they do. Which means you'll know what they know even though they know what they know before you know what they know, which is what you both know by the time they know. Yeah.
Yeah, I know how that goes. They know, I know that you know that I know that they know that they know that I know that you know that you know that I know that they know that they know that I know that you know that they know.
Oh shit, you know that?
Yeah.
Gosh.
I happen to be a big proponent of that.
Fantastic. Well, without further ado, let me go ahead and look those words back up. Yep, there it is. I think low 30s is where we want to be landing.
I think that sounds about right.
And away we go. Hiroshi's Refuting Inferno. Yep. Ooh, nighttime. Got that nice little haze going on in the background. It did take me until you had actually stepped away there to realize that we are actually both playing long arms. Did not think about that at character select.
I'm sleep-eyed.
No. Don't believe that one bit. Also, give me a moment here. Couple too many things up at the moment. That was a little laggy for me, so I minimized a couple windows in the background here.
Ah, risky treasure. Ah, cash. The doctor is very poor.
I mean, I wasn't going to say anything, but you are poking around strange boxes at night in the middle of nowhere.
And the funny thing is, those boxes all of a sudden turn from a blue color to a kind of a.
Getting quite a few of them out here. This has been a very rewarding field.
Indeed.
Not gonna lie, not the luck I had earlier today. Ooh, good save on that. It's good. Heal you the rest of the way and instantly regret doing that because you got put to sleep in the interim.
Yeah.
Okay,
but that guy loves me.
which clearly needs to go away.
Yes, indeed.
As does that one. There we are. Now we're back to doing the thing. Now the doctor got fantastic equipment, correct?
Very much so. You could say he's more equipment than man.
Okay, Dr. Kilgood is officially a cyborg. We have that as canon now. You know, our own special fragment canon.
I didn't even get a chance to hit you, and now you're pushing me out of the way.
Ah, that sounds about right. Gotta be digging those 30s from the sled dogs, though.
Very much so.
The hope is, I mean, I feel confident we're going to get you one unless this is a 0-level dungeon. The hope is 2 levels if we can.
Not if I hit
Not
3 no damages on a row.
Yeah, that's
Alright.
You know, what are the odds on that? Well, physical accuracy down ain't gonna help. So let's go ahead and remedy that with a little bit of Hunter's Blood. And it turns out it's just about time to re-up on Rig Game and Rig Same anyway.
Indeed.
Shoot.
Yeah, I get you. Except one thing. My SP pool is very, very small.
No worries.
It's very, very tiny. I live by the one I get by.
Hey, we've said it before, and we'll say it again. The easiest way to level up in Fragment is in a group.
Indeed.
Soloing, not impossible, but very much frustrating at times. Certain level gaps, sub 10 is notoriously difficult, and actually right where I'm at, low 50s. Not the most fun. course, I suppose 50 at Wave Master isn't terrible, because you're dealing with a lot of the mimic-type enemies, and right where they start getting physical tolerance.
Yeah. That's when it really gets difficult.
Was going to go without the speed boost for the rest of the field, but I realized we still had that portal, and always the risk of wandering baddies. Just taking no chances with the hysteria. Still couldn't get there in time.
Yeah. I think you can pretty much expect if there's a hysteria on the field. Probably can guarantee that it'll paralyze me. Or sleep me, and yay.
That's it. We did get you that level, even before touching the dungeon,
Yeah.
so it turns out we were getting you one, even if this was a mythical 0-level dungeon, which exists nowhere in Fragment intentionally.
There you are. I do need to play this character a little further in single player so I can get at the a grunty.
I need to get my characters things other than noble grunties. Got some options for my Wave Master, got some options for my Blade Master, but really sort of lacking on the rest, and that is something that I do need to work on.
I think the kind of grunty that would fit this character very well would be the pedestrian grunty. You suck, Hysteria.
Ah, Iron Grunty, the ambulance.
I know your thunder tolerance, but
Turns out I have the darkness spell equipped. Things I learned
that's very
today. Also, is there anything worse than opening a risky treasure as another risky treasure spawns in front of you?
yeah, it's not too good. No. Now we got an epic room coming up.
Going to try popping the... There we are.
Turns out it wasn't as epic as you originally thought.
As epic as I really wanted it to be, honestly. After the amount of hysteria shenanigans we dealt with in the field, a little reprieve in a room like that, not such an unwelcome thing. Chance to admire the architecture, or in our case, ignore it entirely. There, that should help.
It doesn't hurt.
Unlike the Maxwell themselves. That's a 0 damage spell. Nice. Finished that one off clean in 2 shots.
Now I know what field I'm going for headwear. Got the entire collection.
Ye olde shop of hats. Love to see those elemental hits come through, and just like that, floor number 1 is done.
Indeed. I actually enjoy having a water element physical attack. It's one of those things that you don't find too many of on twin blades.
Nah, I'd imagine not. I think they probably have one or two, but not a whole ton, huh?
Every class has like a limited set. They have like I think 4 or 5 of the elements at their disposal, but not all of them.
See,
It's like a balancing.
I'd figured Twin Blade would have access to all of them, given, IMOQ Pro Tag. Yeah, I'm playing the kite
fair,
card.
I think they have the widest selection. I think they might have the widest selection, but they definitely don't have all of them.
Gotcha.
Okay, I just...
Let's see here. We know they have thunder. We know they have fire. Definitely got darkness. Yeah, I'm going through in my head. Wood element?
They definitely have wood element. They have wood, they have fire, they have electric, they have darkness, they have...
Do they have earth?
Wood. No.
Okay, so earth and water are no's on Twin Blades. Got it. And lo and behold, that's 2 of the bread and butter for Blade Master, so...
I'm gonna die. I charged in. No.
Well, we know we're in for at least 3 floors of fun here. I'm thinking if we get down to 5, we should be close to another level for you.
Let's check it out. We're already at 327.
Yeah, that's about where I was.
Well, we are rocking the 2 best spears in the game. Ironically enough.
Nice. Very thrilling battle to end the second there. Probably a touch closer shave than we were anticipating, but the outcome is what matters.
Absolutely. And it's quality experience. The more dire the experience, the greater the rewards.
That's usually what I say on my various sightseeing trips.
So you take those trips where you go visit the alligator farms and you stick your hands in the mouths, trying to get experience.
Strangely, no longer allowed to be a tour guide there.
I thought so.
I don't know why.
Well, they're
Most of the
lost.
people had a blast.
Especially the guys taking bets on how much of your arm would be left.
Yeah. That used to be a monster there.
Honestly, I didn't see it until I heard the scream. That's the monster noise that didn't sound like the other two.
This is looking suspiciously like dead ends at both ends, so this is the route I took. Also, big time got stuck in a corner there. That's my bad. One thing I can say is, in the future, I won't be recording and streaming to Discord and uploading a video. Seems like...
have you reached a taxing?
Yeah, it seems like we've hit that point on larger rooms.
Does it remind you of the old days?
A little bit, only much nicer looking, because the old days were not pulling these graphics. Well, my apologies if you didn't get in on that one.
Nah, I got a bunch of misses.
I literally... It wasn't even one of those intentional hits. My finger was just on the circle button, and as I was moving up for the menu, I happened to brush it enough for press. But yeah, the death cranes I find a lot easier to hit magically. As you did there, frying that to a perfect golden brown.
I should find a hand gear that has an equally strong, that has one of the elements I don't have.
Let's see here.
But it's very effective.
For long arms, that would be darkness and... Do they get water?
I have water.
Yeah, you have a water attack.
Right
So yeah, that would be darkness and earth for them, maybe?
I think that would be right.
Because I remember seeing wood and thunder, and I've got Crim's Spear, which is fire, and there are the stairs down, so I completely goofed on that, and the entire right side of the dungeon still needs cleared.
Well, you know what? They got nice checkerboard tile, and I'm a big fan of checkerboard tile, so I do not mind the extra tour of the place.
That is fair. Probably a good time to re-up the buffs. Good deal.
And do a little bit of looting. I think our speed buffs have decided to take a vacation.
Yeah, that is...
They're slowing our roll.
Did not realize we had gone that far with that rig game and rig same, that we actually hit the point of tangible buffs falling off. Well, while we have a moment to backtrack here, now that news is functional, that is pretty much all of the core functionality from the .hack R1 games now available for use in Fragment, correct?
I believe that is the case. At least that's all the major functions that is of Fragment. There's some rough edges to buff out, of course. There's a couple of smaller things that doesn't work right yet, but that's only a matter of time. Guild
Yeah.
mail works, so a certain friend of ours can actually, use their mail now.
Oh my. Well, I do have to pop on and send them a welcome back mail. I had not realized that was rolling out with the update.
Yes. I'm not sure they have either. But it's a good thing, because and a couple of other weird things with, like, it would cause your PS2 to crash when you accepted a guild invite. It's all been polished up, so it just takes you back to the login screen like it's supposed to. So everything's good. All in all, a solid update.
Fantastic news all around. And again, got to give massive thanks to the coders as well as the translation team and everybody else in this community. Just super helpful, super supportive, and making the dream happen for many. Well, looks like we'll get our shot at floor 5, at the very least.
Even though Val Halberd is only a slightly increased chance for critical strike, it seems to be hitting quite often.
Indeed.
Golden egg.
Not gonna lie, I didn't think I would get any experience from a 32 field, so this has been a welcome surprise. There is another one of those crits you had mentioned.
I'm happy you're getting a little bit of experience anyway. That's always nice.
Hey, any advancement is good advancement.
Golden egg.
Plus, it's at a level that isn't quite, one hit, one death for you. I know sometimes when looking for places to advance people and levels, I tend to go a bit overly aggressive. Which may explain a good deal of my difficulties in the early stages of me playing this game in the first place, because I was probably going equally aggressive soloing. But
It's quite easy to push the envelope in this game because the way the leveling scaling works is it's not necessarily the power of the enemies, it's the new mechanics they add that adds things. Like when you run into, like we were talking about earlier, you run into the physical tolerance, special tolerance areas, or then you get the monsters that hit really, really, really hard but are one tolerant over another, and if you're not equipped for it, you're just dead.
valid.
Because the game is balanced for 3 players, so you should have at least a mix of all the types, and you should have a good portion of the elements available to you. I think that's what makes soloing a very, very difficult thing, but a rewarding one if you succeed, because it is a challenge.
Did take a peek
I don't have
at
time for
the
challenges.
fair. I was gonna say I did take a peek at the
Die.
dungeon map here, and it looked, well, the rare double sleep. So while we have a minute, assuming we get out of this,
I'm dead.
yeah.
You should come out about now.
Get you that speed boost up. And grats on level number 2. And hey, came on floor 5. I feel pretty good about that prediction.
Indeed.
And I was going to say, we do have a stairs down here, so we do at least have floor 6. At the very least, we'll get you a good head start into level 19.
Yes. The more levels, the more SP, meaning I can actually do things. And this is one of those things that I was originally going to do a video on this, and that's one of the reasons that they built this character the way I did. Of showing what happens when you can have all the gear in the world, but it's crippling because you can't use any of the skills off of it.
Yup. Just one of those stand there and press circle sort of deals. Which can be a bit stagnant in play with the majority of classes. But that is just an anchor for Way of Masters. Last thing you want is like a Staff of Truth at level like 8.
Where's the hysteria?
Nowhere.
Ah, good. I must have just been dreaming. Yeah, because right now I have the defense of 23 and 30, which means any of these monsters can sneeze on me and kill me quite easily, and there's very little I can do with it. But of course,
Ooh, good spot on the hysteria there.
thank you.
Take the long way around just because I love these rooms. I don't know why, it's just a very square hall, but nicely done.
Thank you. And the doctor gets a meteor swarm for the bill.
Do believe we will want to rebuff on Rig Geem and Rig Same before we get to the next portal.
Especially since you don't have either one of those things.
Well, I mean, that was my first hint. And now time to finish off the rest of floor 5.
Devil in the details.
Thank goodness we got rebuffed for that.
Thank you.
You got it. Okay, so that is 5 quality floors of combat plus a field. I am just going to limp the rest of the way there. Going to be a bit more of a chill, low tempo run to the stairs down, but it's one that saves me a speed charm. And above all else, I am a cheap bastard.
And you get to enjoy the sights.
Yeah.
Look at that beautiful yellow lava.
Yep.
I'm sure it's radioactive.
Brought to you by the Lemon Jello Commission, making sure no part of this is fun. Lemon Jello. Does anybody like lemon jello?
It's alright.
Yeah.
I'm sure that, but then it doesn't matter if you like the flavor or not. It's probably been sitting out too long.
Yeah. Like, I feel like lemon is the flavor that's, like, in the back of everyone's pantry and they're not sure why. Like, they bought it on accident once.
It's the just-in-case flavor that nobody asked for.
Yup.
So are you saying lemon is the most likely flavor you would run into that would be 30 or 40 years old?
Oh,
Back in
without
pantry?
question. I mean, we used to joke about it being the stuff of hospital cafeterias, and I actually knew someone who worked at a hospital cafeteria and said they'd never do that to the patients.
Thank you.
The rare timely action taken by me this dungeon. Promise it won't happen again. Speaking of not happening again, doesn't look like we're taking any more stairs down.
Really?
I mean, I could be
Ah, well.
wrong, but that looks an awful lot like a statue room in the lower left.
Not the janitor's closet?
If there's one thing I have established, I could be wrong.
Ooh.
Those would be, metal erasers?
Yes, they are.
The highest version of those, model monsters.
And when you really need something erased, they'll do it for you by tearing the paper into shreds.
Absolutely. I mean, you know they're tough. They can erase metal. Which I guess just a normal eraser can.
Just takes a little longer.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure. You'll be fine. It's more about the friction than the pressure. There's your eraser fact of the day. Thanks for tuning in. I know that's what you've been waiting for.
Impress your people at your office supply store.
Both of them. Wow. That was a 600 point crit out of you. Val Halbert ain't messing around with the hysteria.
Nope. And the metal erasers, you're not messing around with me. Ooh, that actually worked out well.
Yeah. Got the splash damage, and I got no problems tanking those guys. So it looks like just a pair of portals left. A little bit of backtracking, and perhaps a rebuff might be in order before our penultimate and ultimate portals. I would say clashes or
Looks like I
battles,
forgot
but one of them's bound to be a chest.
I forgot my consolation prize for this room.
Yeah, fortunately.
And a bear cat egg.
Fortunately, it was one of the chests that the room generates. Those will stick around if you leave. If one just happens to pop up as you're pressing the button to leave, Well, that one's lost to time, I'm afraid.
Well, it's better than accidentally hitting circle on a risky treasure when you're fighting.
There is that.
I'm gonna wait 1 minute for my ASP to regen. And I'm done waiting.
Fair. Yeah, I'm sitting there hitting the button combination for my Artisan Soul, and then I realized, of course it's not going to work. I was already
Okay.
clicked on the room. Moments where you could tell I spent a lot of time in offline this morning, being completely oblivious to the fact that I had locked myself into a doorway. Two battles it indeed turned out to be, and two pretty decent battles. So that is 2 levels
Indeed.
plus for the good doctor.
And some gloves of dark.
Ooh. Well, we were talking about equipment in an element that you don't have an attack for. Are those heavy gloves or are those medium armor?
They are medium.
Now the only question is, are the stats worth the equip?
They give Giru Cruise and Giraidon.
Very
So instead
strange.
of, oh no, that's what they get rid of.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
No, that's what they get rid of. Then what do they add? What do they add?
You would think something in the
Annie
side.
Cruise.
There we go. Dropping skulls like it's going out of style. Who are we kidding? Dropping skulls never goes out of style.
That's true. Well, now I have an option.
That said, that will do it for yet another Fragment Friday run. Folks, if you get the chance and you are so inclined, check out NetSlum, check out the .hack Network Discord, party up at either place, or heck, both. Do want to thank you all for watching. Take care, and we will see you around.